In this video, we are going to learn how to author agendas within Lucid Meetings. Agendas are very useful in that they allow participants to prepare ahead of the meeting if they understand the topics that are to be discussed, as well as during the meeting, in which case you can follow the structure of the agenda and it keeps your meeting under control and keeps the discussion on point. So how do you go ahead and create an agenda? Well, after dealing with logistics of the meeting, setting the time and date, etc., you'll be presented with this screen which says Create an Agenda. Here you'll have three options. You can create an agenda from scratch. You can copy an agenda from a recent meeting, in which case it's presenting you the past 4 meetings in this particular room, or you can start with a standard agenda, and we have 4 standard agendas with which to begin with. There's just a regular agenda, standard agenda, association board, corporate board, or a committee and team agenda. For any one of these agendas, you can preview it first by selecting Preview. It'll bring up a little box, shows you what the agenda is. You can select this agenda, clicking this, or in this case, I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of it. If you already know which one you want to go ahead and use, you can just select it directly. I'm going to go ahead, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and select the team agenda and just say use this template. Once you have done so, it will present you with the agenda that you selected. You can, of course, discard this agenda and start over, but I'm not going to do that. So now that you have your agenda template, your basic outline, you can go ahead and edit this agenda template. I can move items around by grabbing on the left-hand side, by grabbing the grab handle and moving it to wherever I want it placed. Notice the little green arrow, either down or in this case up or to the side, which means in this case it'll either be below it, above it, or as a sub-item. So I'm going to drop it as 3.1 for reports and discussions. And I can just keep moving that around. I am actually going to move this around to above. So I will move it to 2.0. Reports and discussions will come immediately after the welcome. If I want to add an agenda item, it's easy to do so in the upper right-hand corner. Just click Add an Agenda Item. And every item has a number of attributes. You can, of course, change the title to the agenda item. You can tag the agenda item by whatever tag you have set, or create new tags, just separate them by commas. I can assign a presenter to this agenda item, and this is somebody who you have previously invited to the meeting. You can set an estimated duration time for this agenda item. I can also describe the agenda or the desired outcome for this agenda. I can also look at making this a smart agenda item or a smart list item. What this does is this allows you to aggregate notes or action items or anything tagged from previous meetings or this particular meeting. So how does this work? Well, I can say for this agenda item, what I really want to do is I want a list of action items created during this meeting that are tagged either decision or not tagged at all. The tags that you will be presented with are all the tags for that room or for that meeting that you have already created. So what you can do here is very powerful, is you can make this the last agenda item in your agenda, and you just say, you call this, review or next steps. And as you create action items during this meeting, they will automatically be aggregated and put into this agenda item, and it'll allow you to wrap up your meeting very efficiently without having to go through and see which ones are all captured. You can also obviously look at any particular meeting note. For instance, I can say all list of meeting notes for this meeting that were tagged decision. Or again, if I had other tags available to me, I could select those. So again, I could have a review of all the decisions for this particular meeting. Very, very powerful means of managing the information either from previous meetings or from this particular meeting. The last thing I can do for my agenda item is I can add documents or motions. So to add a document, I can just select the file for any document I wish to add, and then I can upload it to this agenda item. Once I'm done with this agenda item, just click Done, and that will be the creating that agenda item and adding it to the bottom, appending it to the bottom of this list in this particular instance. And that's it for creating your agenda.